How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Reluctantly guilty.
Well, if you're not guilty, we can go to trial. If you're really, I don't want you to plead guilty if you're not guilty. We don't play that game here. If you're not guilty, don't plead. We can have a trial. This is a lifetime decision. Once you do this, there's no coming back from it. You are the only one who knows if you're guilty of this offense or not. I wasn't there. I just have videos and blood test results, I guess, or whatever's out there, because I don't even know. What's the last name again?
Johnson.
Good morning, Ms. Johnson. You wanted me to accept the time served. It didn't work the first time. So why is it going to work a second time? You got to understand that we don't reward behavior when it continues to happen, especially when you're putting others' lives at danger. I mean, do you watch the news? Do you watch the news?
I do.
Okay. Every single day, someone dies from an alcohol-related collision in Harris County. Every single day. You're now on your second DWI. And I can't tell you how many times I've done a time served on a second and they wrap their car around a pole the next day. It's not an acceptable thing, And so that's why, that's why we do what we do. Everything is for the benefit of the public and to make sure it doesn't happen again. And you need to understand that from now on, you and I will not be dealing with each other. This is now your second DWI. You ever get pulled over now and you have even the remote faintest smell of alcohol, you'll now be in felony court, 2 to 10 at the penitentiary. And it doesn't matter. You don't have to be fall down, piss ass drunk to get a felony charge. They're just going to look at your record and it speaks for itself. They're going to assume that you have a tolerance and they're just going to lock you up. You understand?
Understand.
You give up a lot of rights. And I see that how unhappy you are with me. And I'm okay with that. Like, I'm really okay.
No idea. You have no idea.
I'm okay with this. This is okay.
No, I actually like you. I watch you on TikTok.
Oh, well,
So I'm a fan.
understand everything that we do. We just don't want you to come back.
I understand.
And like the example I give, where's my phone? $20, one click will get you anywhere you want to go in the city. Don't matter where you want to go.
I do.
Good. And I hope it continues, just that's all we're asking. You're giving up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to test for any behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen or a possible immigration consequence, you can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. And like I said,
Wow.
it'll go on your record. It'll be there for the rest of your life. And I'm telling you, even if you're 92, you get into a car and you've had half a glass of wine, you get pulled over, they're going to charge you,
Yeah.
So I wouldn't, even if you've had a sip, I wouldn't get in the car because it's a humongous risk. It's 30 days in jail, credit for the 1 day that you've done.
I believe I did 2 days.
I only see 1 day crash.
Um,
I did about 36 hours.
we'll check.
Okay.
Because if you do have 2 days, I'm going to give you 2 days and we're going to shortchange anyone because we can look at the time that you went in, time you got out, everything, we have records for everything.
If you're finding this story captivating, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more gripping true crime content. Your support means a lot. Thank you.
It says here that you had a prior DWI from 2014 in County Court at Law Number 9. Is that true that you had that prior DWI? Okay. True to the first enhancement. I'm going to abandon the second enhancement because it'll make it 90. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Reluctantly guilty.
Well, if you're not guilty, we can go to trial. If you're really, I don't want you to plead guilty if you're not guilty. we don't play that game here. If you're not guilty, don't plead. We can have a trial, you know. This is a lifetime decision. Once you do this, there's no coming back from it. You are the only one who knows if you're guilty of this offense or not. I wasn't there. I just have videos and blood test results, I guess, or whatever's out there, because I don't even know.
Do you have video of when they took my blood test results? I
Sorry.
would really like someone to look at those.
We have these, Johnson.
Have you seen them?
Yeah, so are you pleading guilty or
I
not?
mean, if you want, we can put this off for a week. You can go to the office and you can look at everything, and then that way you can make an informed decision. It's up to you. But better to make an informed decision than to have regret, because there's no turning back once you do this, no regrets, right? Once you plead, that's it. If you want a week, I'm happy to give you a week. You can go to Sliders' office in Cavita and take a look at all the videos. Was there a blood test?
She's been to the office a few times, so we have looked at,
You have looked at the videos?
yeah, we looked at the
I
stuff.
haven't seen where they took my blood
But there may not be. I don't know. I don't know what there's out
because
there.
there was a major human rights violation when they took my blood. And
Remember,
I'm having a real problem with that. I was not drinking that night.
Don't say.
Remember, it doesn't have to be just alcohol. There are other intoxicants. If you take too much NyQuil, what happens when you take too much NyQuil? You get woozy, right? It doesn't have to be alcohol. You take too much NyQuil. It's anything that impairs the normal use of your mental and or physical faculties. It doesn't have to be alcohol. It could be NyQuil. It could be isopropyl alcohol. It could be any number of things. It could be a combination of things thereof. If you take an Ambien and you have half a glass of wine, if you take an Ambien, or if you take NyQuil PM, right, and then you have a glass of alcohol or wine, right, or even if you take too much NyQuil PM, all these things can impair your ability, and that's what the law is.
Right.
It doesn't have to be alcohol. I don't know, what's out there, but if you want more time, I can give you more time. It's a lifetime decision. Look, remember, Ms. Johnson, we live stream here. So it's better for you guys. If you don't want to do it, just don't. You guys can go talk in a room back there. I mean, if you want to wait a little bit, we can wait. You don't have to do it now. We can do it in 10, 15 minutes, or I can give you a week and you can take a look at everything again, because this isn't Target. You can just return it if you don't like it. This is, like I said, a lifetime decision. There's no buyer's remorse. Let's do that.
Judge, we'll
I'll put
step
it to the
down.
side. You go out there, talk about it, and then come back and let me know what you want to do. Okay? Yes, ma'am. Oh, are you guys ready? Come on. Sorry.
I thought it happened.
No.
I'm gonna stick together for you.
Oh, gosh. We have to talk about something else. No, not on that. But what about the supervision? The DPS fines and fees. What do you do for a living, man?
I don't do anything. I took care of my husband for 5 years before he died.
Support yourself now.
Um, yeah. I'm just barely getting by.
My concern is because when you get a DWI, there's so many collateral consequences. It's just disgusting. You get license suspension, you get jail time. One of the other consequences is DPS hits you with a fine and fee and a surcharge of, was this a 0.15 or above? What was it?
Yes, Your Honor. It was
Yeah,
below
you have a $6,000 surcharge that you're going to be required to pay to DPS.
I mean, I don't know how you're going to get it. I don't have any money.
She won't be able to pay that.
I don't have any
She's
money.
definitely-
So what happens is they end up suspending your license until you get it.
I mean, I'll never drive. I can't afford the insurance any longer, so I won't be driving.
Please don't drive without insurance. I want you to
No, I won't be
understand
driving at all.
that. Let
I'll
me
end up selling my car.
impart something to you, okay? Because of this whole YouTube thing, I get emails and I get just letters and I get phone calls and I get bombarded with. I got something really stomach turning the other day where a guy emailed me, goes, I was driving and I was in an accident and now they're coming after me for $50,000. I have a young kid, I've got a wife, and I got an apartment. Can you help me out with this? And I didn't reply, right? Because I can't give out legal advice, right? But, the email went on and on and on about how the accident has just been a life-turning event where they've had investigators come to their house. They've had just lawyers and insurance companies come after them, try to take. And it's because they were driving, they got into an accident, they maimed the other people, and they didn't have insurance. And when that happens, you have other people that are going to come after you. And if you don't have insurance, they got to get the money from somewhere. So they will get a judgment against you.
I understand.
So
I understand.
I hope you do. I will waive your fines and fees and surcharges, Ms. Johnson. Okay? But I want you to understand that, if you're ever going to get lit, just don't get into a car. No matter what you're doing, no matter where you're going, no matter what kind of catastrophic event happens in your life, because the law doesn't care what happened in your life. They don't care about your catastrophic event. They don't care that someone died, that your baby mama cheated on you. None of that matters. All they see, how many times, and from now on, it's 2 to 10 in the penitentiary. If you thought this was bad, wait till you get to felony court. And it can all be with just one click. I'll waive the fees. I will also give you credit for the ALR suspension. I mean, I don't know what else we can do to help you out, Ms. Johnson. Just don't get into a car.
I won't.
All right, so it's 30 days in jail, credit for the 1 day for now, unless you can find it elsewhere. What is the turn day?
Turn date would be November 10th.
November 10th. Okay, I want you to understand, Ms. Johnson, that you're still under bond condition in this court. You're not allowed to, I'm suspending your license now for a year. You're not allowed to drive. You're not allowed to drink until you've actually turned yourself in and actually completed the sentence. You're still under bond condition in this court. You cannot drink. You cannot do anything that you're still on bond, and all those bond conditions continue until you serve your sentence. Do you have any questions? All right. So how do you finally plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
I plead guilty.
I will find you guilty. I will send you to the 30 days in jail, give you credit for the one. Like I said, I'll suspend your license for a year. I will give you the ALR credit. We will run the court cost concurrent. Good luck to you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Now waiving almost $7,000 worth of fines and fees that you would otherwise normally owe. So
Thank
I
you,
hope
sir.
you really take advantage and don't get into a car, man. All right. 6,000 and then whatever.
That's it.
Mr. Baldillo, you were charged with reckless driving. You're facing up to 30 days in jail and or a $500 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
One moment, Your Honor. Can I get a cause number for that?
It is 2535302.
On October 22nd, 2024, the officer was conducting surveillance at a car meet in Harris County, Texas. The officer observed the defendant's motor vehicle doing donuts in the parking lot within close proximity of multiple other motor vehicles and pedestrians. The officer observed the motor vehicle's rear tires lose traction and begin spinning out of control. The motor vehicle's rear end whipped around wildly within approximately 10 to 15 feet of people spectating. A traffic stop was initiated. The defendant was detained and identified with ACES.
Mr. Valdillo, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. What is your immigration status? Are you in this country with or without permission?
Permiso en este país o sin permiso.
Sin permiso. Sin permiso.
Without.
What happens if you go to jail?
Pasa si usted se va a la cárcel.
Estaría en la cárcel por lo que cometí.
Well, I will go to the. I will go because I did what I did.
Are you in this country with or without permission?
Está aquí con permiso o sin permiso en este país.
Sin permiso.
Without.
What happens if you go to jail?
¿Qué pasa si va a usted a la cárcel?
Pues, no sé.
I don't know.
Think.
Piensa.
You're not in this country with permission.
No estás en este
So what happens to people who go to jail and they're not in this country with permission?
permiso y vas a la cárcel. ¿Qué pasaría?
No, pues, no sé, por lo que cometí está mal. Por lo que cometí está mal.
I don't know, but what I did it was bad.
If you go to jail and you're not in this country with permission, immigration sweeps it on a daily basis. If they find you there, they will put an immigration detainer. You will sit in custody for about 6 to 9 months waiting for immigration to do whatever they're going to do to you. And at that point, it's very possible they deport you to where your country of origin. Do you understand?
¿Me entiendes eso?
This is your second case within the last 6 to 7 months. I'm ordering you not to drive, and I'm ordering you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm now sending you for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is in your body. You're to go, take a test, and come right back. And if I find that you don't take the test, if you don't come back, I'm telling you now, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. No more PR bonds. And if you're unlucky enough, the next time you go to jail, you're going to be there for almost a year. Do you understand? Before you leave right now, you will be signing an affidavit with me today, promising me that you're not going to drive. I don't care what is going on in your life. If I find that you drive, I don't care what the reason is. You will be doing up to 6 months in jail because I can hold you in contempt. Do you understand? Are you here with anyone today?
No.
No.
Solo
How old are you?
¿Qué edad tienes tú?
24.
24.
How'd you get here?
Llegaste aquí.
Pues me trajo mi amigo.
A friend gave me a ride.
Come sign this. We're sending you now for a drug test. You must come right back after the test, Mr. Valdillo.
With both cases reaching their conclusions, Judge Fleischer had one last message to deliver. It wasn't just about the rulings. It was about the lessons these defendants needed to take with them. He made it clear that the law doesn't care about excuses. The law doesn't care what happened in your life. It only sees how many times you've broken it. That was the reality of the courtroom. Choices had consequences, and those consequences couldn't be undone.
Thank you for joining us in uncovering the chilling details of this case. If this story has left you disturbed or reflective, please share your thoughts and reflections. Remember to like, subscribe, and stay with us as we continue to explore the stories that reveal the darkest sides of human behavior. Together, we keep these lessons alive, ensuring the voices of victims are never forgotten. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe or follow.